Yeah, hey, so it's me again, Ellis Danzy. My name is Ellis Danzy. And so, I said I was gonna start doing these videos, man. Talk about some things. Instead of posting, I'm gonna make videos. And so, I wanted to make a video about the situation I had when I got robbed and so forth. And this rapper, Nipsey Hussle. And so, it's been a while. It's been almost 20 years ago. I got robbed and shit. It's about 2008, 2009, I got robbed. And I was living in Philadelphia at the time, Philadelphia, PA. And I got robbed off of Agate and Ann Street, not too far from the Kensington Avenue, the so-called notorious Kensington Avenue. Now it's notorious. Back then it wasn't really too major. It wasn't major really. Wasn't really on the map, because it's Ave. But it's not too far from Kensington High School. It's like a block away from Kensington High School. There's a high school there. It was in the Frankfurt location, Frankfurt. What is that? Port Richmond area. And it's like avenues. It's like 4 or 5 avenues across Kensington Ave. So you got Lehigh, you got Frankfurt, you got Frankfurt Ave. What else? Another avenue. Man, it's about 5 of them. You got Frankfurt Ave, Lehigh Ave, Kensington Ave, it's like 2 more avenues, and they all cross each other. It's huge, but it's like supposed to be like northeast Philly. Like I can't right off the back, get the avenues, but yeah, it's like 5 avenues crossing each other. And so yeah, I got robbed around there. I used to sell drugs down there in that area, like off of Agate and Ann Street. And so, sell weed and crack over there in that area. So I got robbed and shit. Got robbed there. Never forget, I got robbed. I was like in the alleyway / backyard. And so, dude came from like behind the wall and shit, had an all white mask on. He was like kind of light skinned, complexion, fair complexion, and buggy eyes. And so I remember, he was hitting me with the gun and shit. And so, I tried, I almost played dead for a minute, to tell you the truth. It was a scary moment, but I didn't, I didn't cry or anything like that, Fortunately, I didn't cry and shit, and stuff like that. But he's pistol whipped me and shit, and the blood, he hit me with the butt of the gun in the middle of my forehead, and the blood trickled on my boots and stuff like that. And he took the boots off me and whatever. And I remember the guy. The guy he had to be about, I'm 5'6". The guy had to be about 5'10". He was about 5'9". And so, came out the alleyway. Came out the alleyway, and he told me go on about my way. So I went on about my way. So, came out the alleyway. Everybody was standing outside the alleyway and shit. I guess because one of the neighbors was like, yeah, we heard a commotion back there. You know what I'm saying? But they set me up and shit to get me out of there, off that block, to take that block over. And so, but beforehand, the day before, I had like 2 visitors. Michael, I had 2 cousins, Michael and 2. So I know 2, his name was Willie Holmes, and Michael, I don't know his name, but they came and visited me. They came and visited me before it happened, the day before. And so I remember they came and we was chilling on the block and sitting on the stoop, and they was asking me questions. Yo, you got a gun? This, that, third, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, nah, I ain't got none. Got no gun. And so, like, I was like, I don't know, it was like days before, like a week before it happened. Like they was like, my packs would come up missing. I was sitting, I had the packs underneath like cars and stuff like that, or in the backyard. But somebody was watching me the whole time, and they was taking my packs. They took every single pack, and so I eventually got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Almost lost my life that day. And like I said, I came out the alleyway, and I remember my little ex-girlfriend. She was there, her girlfriends, and another young lady named Viola. She was on the block and stuff like that. And I remember there was some people across the street, that would, hold my bundles for me and stuff like that. And they was there at the end of the alleyway. And so I remember my little ex-girlfriend was crying. And I remember Viola was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, where's the rest of the money? And this and that and third, boom, this and that. So I'm like mesmerized. And so I'm like sitting on the stoop. So I said, let me use the phone, man. So I called my Uncle John to come pick me up. So boom. So Uncle John comes pick me up, boom. And I remember we rolled back to the house, 28th Street, and was talking about it. So we got back to the house. Our Francis, my aunt was there, who I was living with on 28th Street, in Lehigh off of there in Philly. And so I get back, go upstairs, talk to her, and here's the pack, something. But she was like, here. So I'm like, she gave me the pack of weed, that I had in my pocket, the guy took from me. So I'm like, I didn't give this to you. How you get it? I didn't get this, you did, you gave it to me. This blase, blase, blase. So I said, you know what, yo, I'm not gonna argue with this lady. Because I'm a dead motherfucker right now. So I'm going on. So I went in my room, cleaned up, washed up, went to the bathroom, washed up and stuff, washed my face and shit. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get out the game soon. So I think I did a few months in the game and shit like that, I was selling weed. And I stayed in the game for a few more months, and I got out the game. I was like, yeah, this shit over, man. Like, it was just like, I don't know, I just wasn't making the money I used to make. So I said, I'm gonna get out, for something bad happened and shit. So I got out the game. This was about 2008, 2009. So got out the game. The Phillies, crazy. Phillies won a championship. They played, I think it was Tampa Bay. They won a championship and shit. I remember that. And the next year, they went to the championship, played the Yankees, and lost and shit. And that's around that time it happened. I got robbed and shit. So I got the game. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get out the game. I got saved, started going to church and stuff, helping out the church and stuff. I got witnesses for that. Definitely got witnesses. Got saved and stuff like that. So time went by, dude. A lot of time went by, man. A lot of time went by. This is about, good 5-6 years went by, dude. Good 5-6 years went by. And good 5-6 years went by. And again, I got saved. I was going to church the whole time. Again, I got witnesses. And so I think this was about 2014, 15, dude. This video pops up on YouTube called Hey Fool with Nipsey Hussle and Chinx Drugs. So the song, if you Google it, YouTube, you'll see it. And it talks about when I was selling drugs and shit, but I was selling drugs around the school zone and shit, not too far from the school zone. You know what I'm saying? And so, I got robbed. And so this video pops up, some song. So I'm like, okay, so this must be the guy right here, dude, that robbed me. And so he makes a video. This video pops up like 5-6 years later, son. They made this video, this song with these hookers on there. This had to be about 2008, 2009, man. This 2015 and shit. And so I'm just seeing this video. So I'm like, oh, okay, dude, I know this dude. I know this ain't the guy. Because like I said, I remember the image of the guy that robbed me, buggy-eyed. He was like kind of light-skinned. But I'm like, this can't be this guy because he's too tall. This kid's tall. This Nipsey Hussle guy's like what? Like 6'2", 6'3" or something? That's the way he looked on TV. I don't know. I never, didn't look on TV to find out, what was his height and weight, whatever. But his arms looked a little bit too long for that guy there who robbed me, dude. And so I'm like, damn, okay. He made this video. So I'm thinking like this guy be like co-conspirator or some shit. He's making this video about the incident. So they're like, yeah, you selling drugs by school zone, this, that, and third. Okay, I took a loss. That's one reason why I got out the game, because I took a loss. I was guilty. So I got out the game. I did my time. I did time in prison and everything for that. And they only gave me, 5 months? They only gave me like 5-6 months for it. They didn't give me no time for selling drugs in the school zone. And so, yeah, time went by. So I'm like, you know what? I said I was gonna go over there to LA and approach this guy about this song. But I said I never did that, I never had the willpower. I didn't have the willpower to do it, And so I went through the furthest I went to Colorado. I stayed out in Colorado for like 2 years and shit. Stayed out there for 2 years, stayed in Colorado Springs, stayed in Denver, and shit. And then I came back to Philly. So this guy, so-called, he got killed in like 2019. So, in around 2017, 2018, I came back, I left Colorado or Denver. I left Denver and came back to the East Coast. And I came back to Waterbury. That's where I'm from, my birthplace. And so I went to the shelter there. And after I got called up in Waterbury, I met these strangers, total strangers, asking me to what was that, cash checks at this Wells Fargo bank and a couple of grocery stores and shit like that. And so I wound up cashing checks, man, bad checks in Waterbury and shit. Wound up cashing checks in Waterbury, but I did the time for that also. Did the time for that too. Did like 4 or 5 months in prison for that. But anyway, wound up cashing checks in Waterbury and shit. And wound up, having to go on a run. So I left Waterbury and went back to Philly. So I went to Philly when it got me a job and shit. And so, no, I'm sorry about that, excuse me. When I got called up in Waterbury, I backtracked. And some said, you know what, look for these people on Facebook. See if you can find them on Facebook anywhere. These 3 individuals was cashing checks and shit. So I backtracked and started befriending some people, some old friends from Troy, South Carolina. And so I befriended him. I befriended this guy named Tony McKeever of Troy, South Carolina. And so he I don't know, he's like posting crazy stuff. Trying to entertain his I guess his friends on his list or whatever. So guess what happened? He posted boots that I had got robbed of underneath a Christmas tree. And he posted the boots. This was on, remember, December, I think it was December 17th. It was around Jay-Z's birthday. It was right on Jay-Z's birthday. And it was right on Jay-Z's birthday. I remember it was right on Jay-Z's birthday. And so he posted underneath a Christmas tree. He posted the boots underneath a Christmas tree. And shit. And they was all laughing at me, blah, 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 laughing comments and shit. So I'm like, wow. So I said something to the guy about it. And that's the last time I talked to him. And I try to find those boots. Them boots nowhere on Facebook. I mean, you can Facebook that guy and see if you find them boots, but them boots ain't nowhere on that page. He moved them shits off that page. And so that incident happened. I went back to Philadelphia. Went back to Philly. And so I went to Philly, went and got a job, went back into the shelter there. And got a job, yo. And I'll never forget, I went and got a cheesesteak and fry and a pineapple juice. And I drank it, ate it, and went to bed. No, took a shower and went to bed. And the next day, Nipsey Hussle was killed and shit. He was killed the next day. And remind you, the boots, I found those boots like 3-4 months beforehand. He got killed in March. I found those boots in December. But he got killed months later, dude. But this is my side. This is my perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's not no big, huge perspective. And whoever else in LA, this is my perspective of what happened. Now you can share this if you want. I really don't care. I can care less. You can share it. You know what I mean? But that's what happened, bro. That's what happened. I'm very shocked. And come to find out that what the dude was doing, he was accessory to the fact, yo. I don't even think it was him that robbed me. It was somebody else, yo. And he was like co-conspirator and accessory to the fact, to that shit. He was partying off that shit. He was putting my name in all that fucking music, yo. Partying off that shit. And he got killed behind somebody else's shit. Business. Over some security shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to get I've been trying to get an interview, but hopefully this will give me an interview. You know what I'm saying? With somebody about my perspective of what happened to that guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, y'all eat this for the head. Shit was dark, dude. You know what I'm saying? That dude, went to work, that dude got killed, dude. And I see this parking lot, and he got this marathon store. You got a store next to the IRS and insurance company. Like, come on, man. There's some things you can't do in the hood, man. There's some things you just can't do. You just can't do. I don't know. From what it looked like, he was trying to get back at his manager for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, I guess because the lifestyle they was living there, you know, he's trying to pull his manager down or whatever. That's the way it looked to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pretty sad though. But you can how you say it, add a piece to the puzzle. You know, between me getting robbed and 2014, 15, looking at that video, you know what I'm saying, what was Nipsey doing around that time? But from what I heard, he quit rapping and came back. But another thing too, one of my family members was trying to tell me that Nipsey was following me around. Yeah, one of my family members was trying to tell me that he was trying to follow me. He was following me around, bro. And I would forget, me and my family, we came here to Harlem, and we stopped at the Apollo, 125th Street, took a picture. And guess what? I think it was the next week, he goes to the shoe store and, you know, does a YouTube video there. I don't know if that video is still up there, still on YouTube, but I remember that. So he was following me around. I don't know why, dude. I don't know, like, it's kind of crazy. I don't know what the kind of guy this guy was, but he, it's like he like to discipline people or some shit, or he just following people around making money. That's what it was. Like they doing now, a lot of people today. Off social media, following people around making money and ain't paying them. Motherfuckers doing that to me now, following me around not paying me, bro. I want that to stop. That's another thing too. Clearly want that to stop. Follow me around, man. And you making money, you're not paying me, bro. But it is what it is. It's social media era, so people gonna follow you around, dude. Make money, so yeah. So I'm not gonna bitch about it. But that's what it was, man, with him, you know. You know, I was a cook. Well, not a cook. I was in culinary. And I stopped. I got out of there because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to get sick. But yeah, man, it's that's pretty terrible, man. That's pretty terrible. But you know, I'm thinking about it too. I'm thinking about making a movie about it. I can make a movie about it. People want to holler at me, talk about making a movie, make some money, some real motherfucking money, dude. About my side of the story of this shit. But yeah, that's all, folks. You know, I just want to talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit piss you off. You know what I'm saying? Piss you off, dog. Shit piss you off. Like y'all motherfuckers hiding something. That's the way it seemed, like y'all trying to hide something, bro. Y'all trying to hide something. It is. I wanted to stop, man. Alright, y'all. Thank you, man, for watching this video. Stay tuned to some more videos. Thank you.